creepy scary. It leaves you with chills down your entire body. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, CrayDre, and today, hey, we're gonna be talking about the movie Smile, y'all. This movie came out like 3 months ago. I'm still talking about this movie. Ooh, y'all, this tea is hot. That's how it's supposed to be. If it ain't hot, it ain't tea. Sorry. This movie has legit impacted my entire life. This was easily the best horror film of 2022. And it's kind of crazy because it took me by complete surprise. I wasn't even checking for this movie all like that. Y'all, I want to say right off the bat, I did not watch the trailer to this movie. But I will say in my confession, I didn't watch the trailer to this movie is because I was not checking for it. And the only reason I went to go see this movie is if you guys are on Facebook, there are a lot of Facebook groups out there now, a lot of Facebook horror groups. So if you are a horror fan and you just be feeling like, who can I talk to? Get on Facebook. They got the horror groups, y'all. They can be some suckerheads, so you got to watch out for them. But they everywhere. And they were talking about how good that movie was. And so it made me go, let me go see it. I just have never. So you guys, this movie is directed by Parker Finn. I think he's actually a new director. He's directed a couple of short films, but this was his first directorial debut. And I gotta say, y'all, this man nails it. If this was my first horror film and this was the movie I made, I would be pretty proud of myself, bro. Like, give yourself all the pats on your back. All right, you guys, this movie is starring Sosie Bacon. Also has Kyle Gallner in it, and I know he's a favorite of a lot of people, so it was pretty cool to see him in this movie. And then we have Jessie T, Usher, which I've seen him in a couple of movies, and I don't think I've ever seen him in a horror movie. So the premise of this movie is a doctor witnesses a very traumatic incident with her patient. She has to figure out the mystery behind this traumatic incident because it consumes her life and takes her into this new reality. That's pretty much the premise of the movie, y'all. Off the bat, you guys, this movie has an amazing intro scene. The intro scene is so good. Oh my goodness, so many chills. Like, oh my gosh. The doctor's name is Rose. She's played by Sosie Bacon. Pretty much, you guys, this movie is centered around Rose. After the intro scene, her life literally goes into complete madness. All of the ways that her world is just unfolding, it's almost like she's living in like the underworld. Rose goes through very real events. You know, when they play out, it almost makes her seem like she's insane. It's kind of claustrophobic because you feel like you're going through it with her. It's almost like we're seeing the movie through her eyes. So we know she's not losing her mind. We know what she's experiencing is real, and nobody believes her. Nobody believes anything that she's seeing, experiencing. If anybody believes her, it's us. We believe her. Everything just kept going wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong just for Rose the whole time. You feel so bad for her. You just want her to catch a break. You just want her to figure it out. There's a line in this movie when she says, "I believe I'm in grave danger." It's crazy because she really was in grave danger. It's like the perfect visualization of experiencing real things, but nobody believes you. You literally watch her lose her sanity, like each scene. It's like very, very, very chilling. That's something that I have to say that I loved right off the bat. The cinematography was amazing. Man, this movie has some shots, man. It's just like, it just be upside down at times, sideways, even certain angles that he decides to choose. It feels unexpectedly appropriate. I don't even know how that makes sense, but that's the only way I can describe it. You don't expect it at all, but when you see what's happening in the movie at that time, it makes sense. And I don't know how. I think that's why some of the scares were so crazy. You guys, another thing that I loved about this movie, the music was insane, y'all. Woo! You could tell from the very beginning of this movie that the music is creepy as heck. Like, I literally was just like I'm getting chills talking about it like right now. Can y'all see him? You see him? The music is so, it's like really, 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 really different, y'all. The music score is one of the top things about this movie. You guys, the atmosphere to this movie is insane. Like I said, this movie is legitimately a scary movie. Like, it's not just only is it scary, it's like disturbing, it's creepy, it's like creepy scary. It leaves you with chills down your entire body. Like, there are times where it's like, you know that a scare is coming, but the way it comes at you is, I promise you, it's like, it's so fresh. I screamed so many times, like, and there was times I wanted to scream, but I just was like, this is like a jump scare fest kind of movie. Like, it really is. A lot of those jump scares are like appropriate. Like, yeah, it's scaring you. Some of it is just pointless scares, but a lot of it is like real scares, and it's like from real things that she's experiencing. Never did a smile seem so terrifying until I saw this movie. This movie makes you see smiling as something completely unnatural and just terrifying. It just looks like something you don't want to see. Something else that I really want to say is that there's an entity in this movie that I found to be honestly terrifying. When I looked at the context of that entity, pretty terrifying. And I will say, you guys, this movie tackles mental health, trauma, and unaliving yourself. I don't want to say the S word on here, y'all, but you know what word I'm saying. That's the foundation of this movie. And it feels so fresh and so real and so just it. And so I think that's maybe why some people probably didn't like the movie, because for some people that's not scary, but for me, that's real. That people go through that every single day. Let me give all of the flowers to this woman right here, Sosie Bacon. You get all the flowers from me, because listen, y'all, Sosie Bacon pretty much carries this entire movie. I'm not even lying. Sosie Bacon acted her entire life off. The emotion that she exhibits is, it is up there. Like, for me, like, I hope that she wins an award for this role, because she really did make that terror feel that much real than everything else I already felt. When it comes to a horror movie, it's, in my opinion, yes, it's about the director and the story and all that stuff, but it's about the actor or the actress. You're watching Rose go through craziness. Who's a doctor. She's a mental health professional. So now all of a sudden she's losing her sanity, scene by scene by scene by scene. There's times that she has like outbursts, like where she just screams out, y'all. It's legitimately like, it's serious. Like, you feel it. Like, I marvel by how good this performance was, and I feel like it's not talked about enough, but this performance is insane by Sosie Bacon. You have Kyle Gallner in this movie, which he has a very small role, but I did like his role in this movie. And if once you guys see the movie, because I'm not about to give it all away, his character is a pretty good character, especially when you see what's happening with Rose. So Kyle Gallner's he's pretty good in this movie. Jessie T Usher's in this movie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did not like his role, but I'm not gonna lie, I know it's more so because I didn't like the character that he was. It wasn't more so his acting I didn't like, it was his character I didn't like. I really don't like this character. He pissed me off a lot, but he did pretty good. Like, I guess for the role that he played, for the character that he was playing, he did pretty good in this movie. I'm gonna rate this movie 10 Red Velvets out of 10. I don't think I've given one of those out yet, but I don't really care. This movie is a 10 out of 10. And I will say, it's one of those movies that, like, if you go into it with least knowledge as possible, you'll enjoy it so much more. It's not a one and done kind of movie, but it's like, after you've seen it the first couple of times, the effect isn't as daunting, but you still know that it's a good movie. So Parker Finn, you're gonna get all the points in my book. Parker Finn, y'all, is an amazing director to me. He's already up there for me. He should be proud of himself. Like, this is a masterpiece, honestly. It really is. It's that good of a movie, and I'm going to stand by that. I am looking forward to the next movie that you direct. I am going to be front, seat, and center. So if anybody's talking about that this movie is boring and predictable, you know, I'm going to say this. Like, I believe a lot of people are getting more and more desensitized to horror films because y'all are watching the trailers, and y'all need to stop watching them trailers to these movies, y'all. Just go see it. If you know you want to go see it, just write it down, write down the release date, avoid social media the week of, and just go see it. Simple. Once you experience it once, you'll want to experience it again. Y'all, why is that dog barking? It's not that serious, bro. It feels like a standalone film. Like, I've heard this film say, oh, it's like The Ring, or it's like It Follows. To me, this movie does not feel like The Ring or It Follows. The Ring and It Follows doesn't even feel like the same movie. So you guys, if you guys haven't seen this movie, I think it's on Paramount Plus. And I will say this, if y'all watch this movie at home, please, if y'all got some headphones, AirPods, whatever, connect those to your TV, your computer, and watch it on there. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I will say, for some people, this may be like a taste difference. This may not be everybody's subgenre. For me, whew, it is my subgenre. This movie is it's a horror film, and it is pretty scary, but I think it does kind of have a message if you just look a little bit deeper into it. When it comes to mental health and trauma, that literally can affect your perception of things. Sometimes it's not always about what is actually happening. It's more so what you perceive is happening. So like, if you don't deal with the trauma in your life, it can just follow you and follow you and follow you and follow you. Like, one point you're gonna have to face that trauma, or it's going to eat you alive. One of the subjects of unaliving yourself, I also think that it's like when the trauma is so painful and scary to face, it can look a lot like the entity in this movie. It can look like very scary and real. But if you don't face it, it's just gonna follow you everywhere you go. Now, thank y'all for watching my channel, y'all. And if you guys haven't seen Smile, go check it out, y'all. It is high on my list, and I highly recommend it. And until then, to you guys for another video.